We have made it to the end of 2025, and I wanted to end the year with a bang, an updated vinyl collection. I started my vinyl record collection around this time last year, and it has just grown exponentially. I can't stop talking about it and sharing it with you guys. I've got so many beautiful, amazing albums to share with you guys today, and I'm gonna kind of do not quite the rapid fire version, but in the past I've opened it up to show like the centerfold and the inner sleeves, and I think those details are so fun to look at, but man, do they take a lot of time. So the focus of this video is going to be the albums themselves and the vinyl records themselves, and if they're a cool pressing, if they're just a standard black, if they've got like a cool sticker in the center, all of that fun stuff. But before we jump into the record collection, I wanted to show off my record player and how I store my vinyls to best protect them. Okay, I've got to read this off because I don't have it memorized, but my record player is the Audio-Technica AT line or dash whatever LP60X. I did tons of research before I got it, and it is amazing. It was super easy to set up. It's definitely on the more affordable side for the really cool record players, and I love her lots. And my speakers are the brand Edifier. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And as mentioned before, it was super easy to set it up. The instructions were so clear. As for my records themselves, I store them here in my little IKEA cube, just side by side, standing up, and I do have sleeves for them. So I have outer and inner sleeves from the brand Invest in Vinyl. If you're curious, I will have these three things linked below. So on the outside, to protect everything, there is the outer sleeve, very classic, and then for the vinyl itself is an inner sleeve, which is rice paper. That just keeps it in the best condition possible, and this is how I store mine personally. I keep the opening on the side, and I put this on the back, so it's very easy access for me to play it, but you can store it however you want. That was another thing I had done research into because I love my vinyl collection. It's expensive, okay? And I love listening to these albums on physical media, and I just wanted to be able to preserve them in the best condition possible for as long as possible. And with all of that, let's actually look at some albums. I'm going to start with my Harry Styles collection because it is currently December 27th, and just a couple hours ago, I watched Forever Forever on Harry Styles' YouTube channel, and I think something's coming, guys. Guys, I think we're so back. Let me know your theories, but I'm so excited. I have Harry Styles. Here's a look at the back, and it is a standard black pressing. I really should have cleaned these before I started it, but I'm just showing you the true me. Fine line. And you guys were not kidding about how gigantic this poster is. Pilgrim Harry, anyone? And Harry's House. This was one of the first albums in my collection. My friend Anna got it for me for Christmas last year. Moving on to Levy. I have Everything I Know About Love, her debut album, which I actually just got for Christmas. I adore this album. It's gorgeous. A Night at the Symphony with the Los Angeles Philharmonic. I'm so happy I was able to get my hands on this. And A Matter of Time, one of my favorite 2025 releases. And this is the autumn variant. This one also came with a secret 7-inch that took me forever to find because everyone was like, it's in this part. But you had to open it up from this side and reach all the way through. It took me ages. And here she is. This seems like a great way to segue into my other 7 inches. I don't have many in my collection, but I have recently acquired 2 more. I got The Subway and The Giver by Chappell Roan. This is one of my few RSDs as well. And Olivia Rodrigo and Weezer at Lollapalooza with Buddy Holly and Say It Ain't So. I just adore live albums. Another amazing segue into Olivia Rodrigo's albums. I have Sour, Simply Iconic. This is the standard black pressing. Guts Spilled, and this is the RSD Black Friday marbled vinyl that I got last year. And I believe this is it with my RSD collection. There's 3, and none of them were ever exclusives. Here's a better look at the cover and the back. The first LP is a marbled red, and the second is a marbled purple. For sure, some of the prettiest pressings in my collection. And another recent addition is Olivia Rodrigo live from Glastonbury. It also has her performances with Robert Smith. LP1 is this beautiful lilac, and LP2 is this beautiful fuchsia. I have Chappell Roan's Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. I am obsessed with everything about this record, and it is a standard black pressing. A Moment for Sabrina Carpenter. I have Emails I Can't Send, which is my favorite album of hers, on this gorgeous white pressing. This was another one that was really early in my collection. My friend Caitlin got it for me for Christmas last year. And I have Short and Sweet Deluxe. I think this came out the day that I got it, and I did not have plans to get it, but I was already going to the record store that day, so it just made sense. Now it is time for my ABBA collection. I have 5 out of 9 of their albums, and it has been a slow but very fun journey. I believe 3 of the 5 in my collection are secondhand, and I love that. In no particular order, I have Ring Ring, Super Trooper, The Visitors, ABBA, and ABBA the Album. And all of them are on a standard black vinyl. Next up, I have my soundtracks, which I adore dearly. I love soundtracks. I love listening to them. I have so many on CD, but I do have quite a few on vinyl now. One that is commonly seen on my What I Listened to Today shorts is the Pride and Prejudice 20th Anniversary Edition. This is gorgeous. It has a book inside with never before seen pictures, or maybe they have been seen before, I don't know, but they are gorgeous and so fun, and I love it when there's a special little touch like this. I adore this movie so much, and this is my go-to album when I am reading. It's perfect. It's perfect. Next up is Enchanted. Beautiful movie and beautiful score and soundtrack. And these LPs are a beautiful clear. This was the first clear vinyl in my collection, and I still can't get over it. Mickey Mouse Disco. My favorite album to play when I'm feeling down and just want to be in a silly, fun mood. The Goonies soundtrack, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And it just has one of the most iconic soundtracks, in my opinion. And last of my soundtracks for now is the Halloween Town original soundtrack. And I love the orange marbling on this. We've made it to the miscellaneous part of my collection, in which most of these artists I only have one of their albums at the moment. I have Super Bloom by Mr. Wives. They are my absolute favorite band ever, and this album has gotten me through so many things. And A Moment for the first vinyl in my collection, and the album that made me want to start all of this in the first place. That would be Nosebleeds by Mr. Wives. This album never got a CD release, and as a CD collector, I was just not here for it. But about a year after this album came out, I was at a record store in Austin and came across it. And I was like, you know what? I still want to support my favorite band ever, so I'm going to buy this. And it sat on my shelf as decoration for a while until I was like, you know what? Yeah, I do want a record player. I do want a collection. Look at that. Look at that. A year and a half later. Look at how far we've come. The show, The Encore by Niall Horan. The first one is red, and the second is this beige color. Pretty Odd by Panic at the Disco, one of my favorite albums of theirs, in a standard black pressing. Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves, a gorgeous, gorgeous album, and another clear pressing in my collection. Don't Forget Me by Maggie Rogers, one of my favorite 2024 album releases. No Hard Feelings by The Beaches. I saw them last year in concert and they were phenomenal. This is the indie exclusive pressing or variant pressing, Whatever. Gold Star Baby by the Aces. I saw them earlier this month in concert and got this signed vinyl. This is the only signed vinyl in my collection, and she really is a gold star. Faith in the Future by Louis Tomlinson. Amazing album. And I have to say, I think this is the prettiest pressing in my collection. I mean, just look at it. Five Sauce 5 by 5 Seconds of Summer. This album has so many of my favorite songs of theirs on it. The Secret of Us Deluxe by Gracie Abrams, a very recent addition to my collection. I just got it for Christmas. And I think this is so cool because side D doesn't have any music on it. It's instead got this shh printed on it because it's a secret. Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party by Hayley Williams, another one of my favorite 2025 releases. And this is the highlighter yellow variant. Now we are going to have a moment for the rapid fire vintage record collection. All of these, except for one, are from my grandma. A lot of these are Broadway musical recordings and Disney albums. So all of them are vintage, standard black pressings. We're just gonna rapid fire all of them. Walt Disney's Fantasia, favorite songs from Mary Poppins, My Fair Lady, The Music Man, The Best of Disney Volume 1, the official album of Disneyland and Walt Disney World, and the Sound of Music original Broadway cast recording. And we have made it to the final category of my vinyl record collection, and that is, of course, Taylor Swift. I am only missing 2 albums, which are the original Speak Now and Reputation. So I expect to complete this collection pretty early on in the new year. I have Taylor Swift, aka Debut, aka Self-Titled, Fearless Platinum Edition, which is the first album I purchased after Taylor had purchased her masters. Fearless Taylor's version. I got this from her website earlier this year, and the gold pressing is just gorgeous. Speak Now, Taylor's version, and this is the Orchid Marbled vinyl variant. Red, which I got recently when I was in Kansas City. This is one of my favorite Taylor Swift records. Red, Taylor's version, in all of her 4 LP glory. This was such a pain to sleeve. 1989, my favorite Taylor Swift album and the album that made me truly fall in love with her music. 1989, Taylor's version. This is the Crystal Skies variant and another early vinyl in my collection. I got it for Christmas last year from my friend Caitlin. Lover, which is another one of my favorite pressings in my collection. The pink and blue are just so gorgeous. I want to eat them. I want to take a bite out of them. Folklore, my second favorite Taylor Swift album, and this is the Target variant. I think it has like an official name, like I think someone said Meet Me Behind the Mall, but I honestly don't know. Evermore, of course. I've been listening to this one a lot recently, and this one is the green vinyl edition. Midnight, this one is the mahogany edition, which is another gorgeous vinyl in my collection. I'm obsessed with her. The Tortured Poets Department, the Bolter edition, because the Bolter is one of my favorite tracks and I just needed it. And if you're curious, I have the anthology on CD. And finally, we have made it to the last vinyl in my collection at this current moment in time, and that is The Life of a Showgirl by Miss Taylor Swift. This is the Portofino Orange glitter vinyl, the only glitter vinyl in my collection, and she is gorgeous. I love it. I think it fits this album perfectly. And we have finally made it to the end of my vinyl record collection. This was fun. This was sweaty. This was a mess. I have stacks of vinyls everywhere, but it was fun. It was fun getting to talk about all these albums. There's just something so special about listening to music on physical media. I adore it. Now I get the joys of cleaning all of this up. Yay! Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a vinyl record collection, let me know. Let me know what your favorite albums that you have are, or just your favorite albums that I showed off, or albums you recommend. Anything, anything. I'm here for it. And I probably won't film another vinyl record collection until December of next year, so enjoy it.